Hello everyone and welcome to another review from MasterStack. Today we're going to talk about Attention Insight. We had a preview a couple of days ago and we decided we wanted to try it out. So here we are today trying it out. Before we begin, if you want to be notified on when we publish new videos, please subscribe. We'd appreciate it. Let's get started. We have just joined right now, so this is what you see when you join. We should follow this demo study, but before we do that, let's recap what Attention Insight is and what we expect. Now, in our preview, we have detailed it much more, but let's go at it quickly. For every image, design, website you give to Attention Insight, you'll get their own heatmap, clarity score, and they will tell you how the human eye will see that design. They have an AI that they built for this purpose, and that's what you get. It's incredibly cheaper than having a case study with surveys for everything you prepare, and it should give us actionable insight and feedback so that we can improve what we do. It plugs into Adobe XD and Sketch. They have a Chrome extension so that you can also check your websites, and you pay for designs per month viewed. That's what the stacks do. Each stack increases the amount of designs you can check through Attention Insight every month. Design is anything you give to Attention Insight. It's an image, it's a banner, it's an advertisement you want to run, it's a website, anything. Okay. We thought this was going to be very useful to us as we are not designers. We don't know much about it, but we do have to implement graphics, prepare banners, and so on. So this should help us improve a lot, supposedly. Let's begin with the demo and click here. Don't need this now. Okay, so this is a demo study with attention heatmap, which is those red areas, and the percentage of attention. Clarity score, and Alexa site ranks. So this compares this website to the top 170 Alexa sites in landing category. Okay, this seems clear enough. With percentage of attention, we ourselves can define an area of interest that we want to test, and we can draw a rectangle. This is what they prepared, I suppose. These are the area of interests of the demo, and with attention heatmap, we can see what the things. So if I'm reading this correctly, these are all area of interests we can prepare ourselves, and so we get a percentage score. Most of the people will watch this first, then most would watch this as well, and just a very small amount of people will look at the CTA. No one will really look at the login. The menu is completely ignored, and the logo receives enough attention to know what the company is. There is also some attention here that is not an area of interest, but it's some heatmap. And okay, this is what you get. This is the demo. And you can download all of these. It's going to be branded up to 3 stacks. Then you have the Zoho and the same kind of reasoning. There is some attention on the CTA of the cookie policy. Small attention on joining. Remotely it grabs a lot of attention. Yeah, we can see the logo doesn't get much, but it's bright enough and it's big enough to draw some attention. And then you have most of the attention here, which I suppose is the objective of the designer. Then we have another. This is intercom. And in this case, there is attention here, but most of the attention comes on the header. And so even the menu gets some indirect attention. I guess most of the attention comes from this banner at the top. And then we have Dropbox with a different design. So this is a comparison of different landing pages. And we think I like this, and I can see how that's going to be useful. And that's the demo. So we have comparisons here, a demo comparison. Let's look at that too. So this is where we have 2 images, slightly different, and we compare which one works best according to Attention Insight. So this is where we would check the small details when we decide whether we want to place our CTA here at the top, or on the second one, we want to place our CTA right in the middle. As we can see, this gets only 1%, and it's our CTA, it's a call to action, so it's important for us. Whereas here, we get 5%, but it draws away attention from the header. This is 51% to 45%. So we get an improvement in the clarity score, because this is a bit clogged, and we put it in the middle where there is more space. And we also gain more attention to the CTA, but we lose a 6% on the header. And this is where Attention Insight gives us some variable feedback on where to go. Now, let's try to use Attention Insights ourselves, see what happens. Okay, let's begin with we have to choose the design type, desktop, marketing material, or mobile. So I suppose even if you have a web app, you could put mobile, and then you would have a screenshot of that would work. Yes, you can upload here. And the study name, okay. So let's try our own website. Let's try and see how sure we get. It's going to take a while processing. And we're back here. We could put more pages to have the study, a thorough study. This one was one study, one design, but that's enough for us. Let's analyze this. Okay, it took the whole home page for us. It's being processed and it's done. Okay, let's see what we have here. There is attention here, not much here. And we have a good clarity score, above average. There is no attention at all here. I actually want to signal the logo. 4%. So there is our menu and our social. This is our newsletter, which is CTA, I suppose. That's a lot of attention. Then we have here attention, but it's just, it's not really a pile of rocks in the left. So it's not really our main thing. And the button, which is our CTA, our actual CTA for the newsletter, has a 3%. Not much, because most of the attention is here, and the button has a fairly small text. This is better than I thought. And then we can scroll down. Nice. So we have a lot of attention to our latest post, which is intended. And then we come down to the post, and the title and the images have a gather attention. Then we have our CTA for reading the articles, more or less for a similar amount of attention, even down here. And then we have our footer with more attention to the newsletter, and then some attention to this text block where we talk about being affiliate. The cookie policy gets a bit of attention as well. Okay, so this is very nice, and we have now a clearer idea. I think there would be suggestions here if we want to take them. It's always up to us, of course. As I see this design, I see this is fairly clear, but this left side is really not much used. Could be, it does look nice perhaps, but it's not really used much. And this side, what is a stack, is not used optimally, as you have half a page that's not really doing anything. But it can serve as an introduction. So it's always your choice what to do with it. And in our case, we could be okay with it. We have a good clarity score, so we are happy with it. And this was a sample study of one website. Now let's do one of one image. We will use the image we're planning to use on this very article. So let's do that. Create. This is marketing material. Review cover. This is our image. A big mess of an image video. And there we go. This is what we get. So now we want obviously to put some attention on the title of our, and as we can see, however, there is a lot of attention here, and there's screenshots. This is the background cover. So we could consider putting some transparency on the background, which is perhaps a bit too predominant. And it's not clear at all, so we have a terrible score here. What we could do right now is add another image after we've fixed it, or perhaps have a comparison. It doesn't really matter because it's just promotional material. This is just a banner image in this case, so either way works and gives us enough. We don't really aim to get 100%, but we kind of do want to have a decent result, and this is obviously not considered decent. We can see here, we can see why. So we can see this area gets too much attention and you don't even know what you have here. You don't have any kind of attention given here, nor here. Here, perhaps, yeah, but see, 1-2%, and then you have this, which is the description on the homepage of Attention Insight. And this area here, 6 and 14%, which is a bit too much compared to what we want to put. So 1 minute, so I will change this, and we can try again and see if it gets better. Now that we've made some changes, let's upload the new version and see if it's any different. We made the background darker. That's all we did. Let's see if there is any difference at all. Let's define our areas. Doesn't seem much changed. Yeah, actually, the part is different. So let's see. Okay, the clarity score is still a mess, but this area has 32%, it's 57, 1 and 2%, and it has 2 and 3%, and 15%, 36 and 14%. So it's actually very similar. I believe we could have a third attempt. Because why not? I just want to see what changes, and I understand the interface is considered, the clarity is very low because we're putting a background and title on top. So it's how it is. But I want to see how it changes as we make edit. There we go. Our third attempt. We've made some changes to the layout now. And let's see if the result is considered better, more clear at least. As you can see, we've moved in the middle because people tend to read these parts first. Vast improvement. For sure. Yeah. We don't really look at this part mainly, but it gets a lot of attention. And then here. So 48%. We began with 27 and within just 5 minutes and some feedback, we've improved to 48%. We've made our banner more clear. Anyone reading knows what it's about because it's very much clear now. And then you still get some of the other parts I wanted to include in it. I would say this is very useful and can be used, as we've seen, for websites, can be used for images of any kind. And you can use it if you use Sketch or other plugins, you can integrate it as well with your software so you can directly see what happens. That means Attention Insight is exactly what we thought it would be. It meets our expectations. It was not difficult at all to use, and we checked the website via the Attention Insight itself. We didn't even use their extension, so it's even easier to use, I would guess. And we've already seen how it can help us directly to get better content out so that others are not confused by our designs, but they're more interested. So I am very happy with this and I look forward to using it more. And I would suggest anyone in my same use case to try it out. I cannot speak for professionals, but it probably gives useful feedback even for professionals. I hope you liked this review and let me know if you get Attention Insight and if you like it yourself. If you have any feedback about it, I would be happy to hear about it. And see you in the next video. Bye bye.